Hello, Jerry here again. This morning we're going to replace the valve seals on this old engine. As some of you may know, it's the valve seals just get hard, break, fall off, and then oil just pours down the valve stem. On this engine we have, it's not too dirty, it's pretty clean in here. Still read the numbers, you can see where it puddles up there on top of the bolt there, because this thing has been maybe run 1,000 miles in the past 10 years. First thing you need to do is do like I did. Pull the fenders off, really easy. Nah, just kidding. Pull plugs out, pull the valve covers off. On the number one side here, you can see where I dug out some of the oil there. It's not necessary to clean this all up. When we put it back together, we'll use some Rizlon, an oil cleaner. Run that in there for about in between one oil changes, a couple thousand miles, something like that. Got the plugs out. Okay, you can see how that one was the back one, and there's a lot of oil on it. Most of them look like this. Just kind of like they've been running real rich. Probably because of that carburetor, which was really bad. Got that fixed. So carburetor's pretty simple. Took it apart, cleaned it up, reset a few things in it, float level and stuff. The back here was just filling up with oil and pouring right down into the cylinder, sucking it right into. I mean, it was up to a high level like here, up to where it would pour into the valve. So get that out of there. You can see how the oil was just pouring down from the block. Okay, we're going to replace that valve. We're going to show you how to do that. Replace the valve seals without pulling the heads off. Here in my old toolbox, we'll find some things we need. We need this and this tool here. This other one here is for Ford. This one's for Chevy. And what we'll be doing, so we'll be screwing this in here into the spark plug hole, putting air into here, which will push that cylinder down, hold the two valves up, and then we'll be using this valve, pull the rocker off, and we'll be using this, push this down, spring, pull that retainer off, and put that valve seal on. We'll get to that in just a bit. And we also need some valve seals. For Chevy blocks, you had two types, a little O-ring in the top of the valve. We have these umbrellas. That's what the umbrella looks like. Just a little rubber thing goes over the valve and sits down over the valve guide. We'll get to that. I'll show you how. Okay, first thing we want to do is get these two valves closed. So I put a wrench on my crankshaft here so I can turn this. You could use an electric starter if you wanted. See that one going down? When it hits down or up, that's it. They're both closed at that point. So now we're going to take this, loosen these. You can see I've already got this one off. So we'll pull this off and set it to the side there for a bit. And we need to get this push rod out. Okay. I got my valve umbrellas right here, ready to go. Just grab one and put it on when I get the air in here. Take our tool, put it on there. Take our nut, put it back on here. And we just want it down far enough so we can, yeah, that's got it. Put this down for a second and put some air in here. Got the air on. With your spring off, you take the little O-ring that was on here off, and you put your umbrella seal on. Just slip it over the top of the valve. Just spring back on, and don't lose your keepers. I just knocked mine under the car, so my compressor's working really hard to get this. Okay, I got this one back together. Use your tool, compress the spring, work one keeper in, work it around the back side, and put your other keeper in this side. And once you get them both in, then release it. And those are your drain holes right back in there. Make sure they're clear. That's the back one was plugged up, so all this sediment in here. We'll run some Rizlon in there for a couple thousand miles, get this engine really cleaned up. To adjust these valves, run this nut down until you lose all this valve lash, and start turning this rod here until, run the nut down until the rod stops. Now you have 0 lash. Then you want to take this up 3/4 of a turn. So I'm going to go 1/2 and 1/4. That's 3/4. Do the same with the other one. One half and 1/4. Now that's a stock lifter and cam. You run your turn your crank until these both go down.
The valve adjustment seemed to be a little unclear there. Run the crank until both of those rocker arms are all the way up. Both valves are all the way up. And you can stay on the same side and just go down the line. Either after the exhaust close or right after the intake close, either way would be fine. Do that adjustment, put the valve covers on, should be good to go. Okay, thanks. I hope you enjoyed this one.